The Protestant Reformation by me, Jake. What if every decision you made was not really yours? Ever since you were born, what if you were told that you had to follow a code, no questions asked, and if anyone did, they were considered crazy? That's how the church ruled in the 1400s. However, around 1518, a young priest called Martin Luther posted his 95 theses, and threw this strict order from black and white into a gray section. Before Martin Luther did this, however, the church was very strict on what people should think, say, and do. This influenced how the people reacted in everyday lives. What was the church at the time? Um, the church basically told everyone to follow them. They didn't have any. They really just took major control and didn't really want anyone going against what they said. What they said was essentially the law. If anyone said that it wasn't the law, they were normally burned to the stake. Martin Luther came around in 1517, and he posted his 95 Theses on a wall in Greece. And it was just a list of things that he found wrong with the church or the church should change. And that door that he posted it on, a lot of people would go up and read what was on there. And for him to go as a priest and go say, hey, there's something wrong with the church, and for anyone to do that, and specifically a priest in the church saying that basically he is wrong, then that was majorly frowned upon and very questioned on his sanity. So everybody thought, most people thought that he was crazy. Indulgences. At the time indulgences were first introduced, all they were you spend money and you get a slip of paper saying that you get out of purgatory. Purgatory essentially was after you died, to get into heaven, you had to cleanse your soul. And to do that, you had to go into purgatory first, and you had to stay there for many years. And it was fiery, and it was supposed to hurt you. However, this is completely different from hell. Hell is for eternal, and purgatory is for only a few hundred years. However, if you bought the indulgences that the church was selling, then you could get out of purgatory early. So if you spent, say, $200, then you could get out an extra 200 years early. The more you spent, the better you feel, and it's giving to the church as well. So a lot of people just did it and didn't think of another second for it, but they did keep their slips of paper because you could take specific people out of purgatory if you put in a lot of money. So a lot of people would try and do that to get, say, their elders out of purgatory, but it was mainly just a fundraiser for the church, essentially, but not many people at the time knew that. The Bible finally gets translated. Martin Luther was the main person who influenced the Bible getting translated. Um, the Bible could have been translated, but a lot of the reason why they did not translate the Bible in the first place was because they were afraid that if the people read it, then they would have their own ideas and own interpretations. Essentially, the Bible gets translated and people start to read it. And then what really happened to the church? Because people started reading the Bible and they started reading what it had to say in it, a lot of people fell away from the church, and a new branch of Christianity started. And it mainly focused on faith alone instead of paying your way in. As you saw with the indulgences, the more you pay, the better you will be in the future, or the better your children will be or your spouse will be. But for this, it was mainly just follow God, and um, He'll let you in. And so a lot of people believed in that and took that as something they decided to believe in. But majorly, it was frowned down upon, and that's why you got people coming to the USA because, or coming over to America because they were afraid that they were going to get persecuted, and so they moved away from the normal branch of Christianity to go to live their own life with faith alone, that they would be doing well and whatnot. So that sparked a new branch of Christianity.